My name is Richard Brook. I'm a freelance musician and the head of drums at LCCM. Why did I choose music? I'm still asking myself that. I left university and I went to be a professional player and spent a couple of years in the holiday camps. That's where I learned to read music. That's where I learned about a whole load of new styles which I had to play, which I previously had not listened to. And from there, I don't know, I just toured around Europe. I moved into London over 20 years ago because that's where I wanted to be, because that's the hub. It's the hub of music, one of the most important hubs in the world. So that's where I wanted to be. Gradually worked my way up the ladder, met new people. Then I got into doing more and more sort of profile shows, and over the last few years I've been working with Sister Sledge, Take That, ABC, Go West, Rick Astley, a producer called Fraser T. Smith, who I've known for a while, and he's now one of the biggest producers in the world. So yeah, it's been quite a varied path I've taken. What I love about LCCM the most is the students are just required to play most of the day. It's not a case where you go into a workshop once a week, you've got one tune to learn and then you get a brief sort of critique. We've got all kinds of things. We've got the extra workshops such as the drum line, which is a full sort of drum line, which is great. We've got a bass and drums workshop, we've got a time manipulation workshop. So there's no excuse not to have your instrument in your hands and be either playing or practicing. And I think that that's the key. I think that that's what makes it a great school, is that the focus is purely on having the students play as much as they can, either in instrumental lessons or in a workshop supervised by a tutor. And all of the tutors are all working at the moment. They've all had long sort of careers and are still having them. The students are kind of getting, it's the word from the real world or the front line. So, and based on everyone's experience, I think they get, it's a pretty good course here. So the BMUS drums program, because I've been with the school for so long, I really wanted to shape the course so it's relevant to what's going on in the current sort of industry. So it's been shaped learning from my 20+ years experience as a touring and as a recording player, and also the other tutors. And I think we've shaped the course so we focus in the first year, it is all about to make sure that everyone has the right sort of technique and they learn about their theory and their reading. But as the course kind of goes on, we work more towards is the creativity. So they're not going to sound like they've just spent 3 years with loads of the drum exercises and then they can play that book. We want them to sound like them, but they've got to have the foundation on which to build that. So we've worked really hard to make sure that they create their own voice and have a unique sort of selling point in the industry, which hopefully they'll be about to get into. I think the advantages of coming to LCCM are it's small, so you get more one-to-one time with your tutors. The building itself is in the middle of London, right by the South Bank, so you've got access to all kinds of creative and art-based places to see. And I also think there's no excuse not to be playing. There's so many of the workshops which are outside of the BMUS, the optional ones. Something like the drum line, which a few years ago we got to play at the opening of the Champions League final at Wembley. I think it's the kind of course that I would like to do if I was wanting to find a music school now. In fact, I want to do it now.